It's your girl Samantha. Today I wanted to report on this news story that I just saw, published today, October 5th, 2021. And y'all might be gonna say I'm being petty, but I don't care. So this is Prince George's Latino leaders accuse Alsobrooks of stubbornly refusing to diversify her team. So for those of you who do not know, Alsobrooks is the county executive of Prince George's County. She's a county executive of Prince George's County. I thought she was the mayor. Let me make sure, y'all, before I start lying to you. Hold on one second. And see, this is how Latinos and them get down. They don't play them games like black people do. We be trying to include everybody, black and brown and all that bullshit. When they fight for stuff, they fight for some stuff for themselves. They don't fight for black and brown. They're like, where's the brown? That's all they care about. So I don't know why they're dealing with like going off on Alsobrooks, because she is not the mayor. They said Angela Denise Alsobrooks is an American lawyer and politician, a member of the Democratic Party. She was elected county executive of Prince George's County, Maryland in 2018 after serving 2 terms as the state's attorney for the county. She's beautiful, by the way. I don't know. I don't really know what she does if they're like on her. Like, is she the mayor? Is she the governor? Which I know she's not the governor because that's Governor Hogan. So what are they talking about? So she's a county executive. Does anyone know what that is? Because I don't really know. They said in the 2018 general election, Alsobrooks was unopposed, earning 98.9% of the vote. Upon election, Alsobrooks became the first woman to be elected county executive for Prince George's County. So I don't know if they on her because she's a black woman, and like everybody loves to hate black women because we're like the best women in the entire world, and our girls are like the best ever. So yeah. So I don't know if that's why, but they are on her. So let me go ahead and read this article for y'all real quick. So Prince George's County, a jurisdiction known nationally as a magnet for black professionals, and it's supposed to be the richest, like one of the richest black counties in the country. It ain't just no magnet for black professionals. It's like the most money is concentrated from black folks in Prince George's County. So they said it has a diversity problem in local government. Latino leaders charged on Monday. Nearly a dozen current and former officials accused County Executive Angela D. Alsobrooks, they put a D for Democrat, of failing to hire a single person of Hispanic descent. What the fuck is Hispanic descent? Like, what would be good enough for them? Like, what if she hires another black person and they Hispanic descent? And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm so tired of this cold, but I'm gonna tell you this. Even when a person is black, if they're Latino or they identify as Latino or their parents was born in Mexico or some shit, but they're Afro Latino, they stay on code. They stay loyal to that Latino heritage. They ain't thinking about being black. Okay, African Americans. So everybody will try to say we're xenophobic because we're ADOS and we're finally standing up and saying we just think putting ourselves first and we're worrying about ourselves and everybody else need to hold their own bleep. That's what everybody else does. So whatever. So anyway, let me keep reading. So they said the Latinos are saying that Alsobrooks hasn't hired a single person to an agency level position since her election nearly 3 years ago. And like I said, why are they talking to her? Why are they not talking to Governor Hogan? So they said, we're the Latinos in Prince George's County's government. The group asked in a statement, accusing Alsobrooks of being stubbornly closed to the inclusion of Latinos in the county's public affairs. Well, it's a predominantly black area, so miss me with the BS, because we're not going to talk about that white-ass school board that we had to look at that was banning books and CRT, etc., and there were black people in that area as well. So black people, like I'm saying, Pay attention to these articles. Pay attention to how people move. Take some damn notes. Because ain't nobody no one else is inclusive like we are. Or like we were. Because a lot of us are getting off that inclusion bullshit. But that's why I'm like, yeah. Let her do what she do. Like, until they diversify the entire nation that African Americans built and put us on all the damn boards everywhere. Really not worried about you, Jose and Maria. Okay? So they said there is not one Latino among the 21 principal cabinet level department heads, including police, fire, budget, law, housing, and community development, transportation and public works, environment, central services, finance, human resources, family services, social services, aging, and community relations, the group wrote. You see how petty they being? They literally went through every freaking group to see if there's a Latino in there. And honestly, I don't really believe them. I really don't. Because I see a little bit too much Latino everywhere. But I don't believe them at all. And I would wager as much as say we need to hire our own watchdog group and see how many Latinos are really filtering their asses all over the damn place and putting them 2 cents. It's like, you're not even legal. And you're sitting here with your big mouth, always trying to get all these privileges and rights and stuff handed to you at the expense of black people who built the country. I'm not going to be nice. You better move the fuck out my way. I'm not going to be nice. I have nothing in me that feels bad about claiming what is ours, ADOS, and I'm not thinking about you. So, I'm just not. You gotta love yourself more than you love everybody else. Put your mask on first and then you can help other people out. I'm not worrying about nobody else. I ain't worrying about nobody's ethnic group. I ain't worrying about nobody else's race. None of it. All of it always comes back to me wondering where the fuck is our check. Where the F, I'm trying not to cuss, where the heck is the check for African American folks who built the country and their descendants? So in addition, the group charged Alsobrooks has failed to hire a Latino for her more than a dozen top posts on her executive team. I think that's her prerogative. You let somebody check. But anyways, as a result, there are fewer Latinos in leadership positions now than when the county executive began her term. The statement was signed by Delegate Joseline Pena-Melnyk, Democrat of Prince George's. So she in there. So she up there somewhere. So what is she talking about? I'm like, you just scooted your ass into a seat, so sit yourself down. And then you got another, so I guess she's in the Congress. And then you got County Council Vice Chair Denny L. Tavares and 9 others. So these sound like people who have gotten themselves up pretty high. So I don't know what you're complaining about. The group called on the county's Human Rights Commission to conduct an audit of the administration's engagement and recruitment practices and to provide equity training for Alsobrooks' office. They don't want to start this shit, because if they do, I'm going to show my ass. Alsobrooks is unavailable for an interview, but a top aide, Deputy Chief of Staff John Erzin, said the county has done extensive outreach to Latino organizations and leaders. Despite those efforts, he said, officials have not received any responses. I love it. This reminds me of when white people are like, oh, well, we tried to hire black people. We just couldn't find anyone who's qualified. Well, they dumbasses. You're mediocre as fuck. Okay, like, give me a break. You can find a black person to do the job and do it better. Okay, keep lying to yourself. So they said, we have consistently reached out to Delegate Pena-Melnyk. And I think they're trying to do this because they're probably trying to get her out of office so they can sit their ass in the office. It ain't going to happen because it's a predominantly black area. I wish it would. No, it won't. And the vice chair regarding openings for positions that we have in the government, and we've reached out to others in the Latino community as well, Erzin said. We try to get candidates from them, and for those level positions, we're not even getting anybody to consider. Erzin noted that Alsobrooks selected Sandra Shepard, the former director of the Prince George's County Latin American Youth Center, to serve on the school board early in her term, but Shepard resigned due to conflicts with other members. He also said the executive has selected a number of Hispanic residents to serve on boards and commissions. In addition, Erzin said the county will soon have an Office of Multicultural Affairs. Part of that office's charge will be to expand outreach to underrepresented communities. Tensions over hiring in the Alsobrooks administration have simmered for years. Tavares and Pena-Melnyk said in interviews, no one cares. I don't believe them. I do think that Mexicans, Hispanic, Latinos, whatever you want to call yourself this week, are extremely entitled for somebody who ain't even speaking no English and ain't even paying no taxes and ain't even legal. And you coming over here committing little crimes and running back across the border because nobody knows anything about you. You're doing too much. Go sit your ass down. Because when I was stationed in Arizona, they used to look at us like we didn't belong there, bitch. Not only am I an American citizen whose ancestors built the fucking country, but I was serving my country, and these non-speaking illegal immigrants are looking at me some kind of way, like what was I doing here? I could be wherever the hell I want to be. Hold on one second, because this is like something else good that I want to talk about. Okay, it was just updating. I could be wherever the hell I want to be. That's called freedom of movement in this country, which I was fighting for. It's like, are y'all crazy? That's how these people be acting though, like they belong here more than you do. Don't do it. Go sit your wide load ass down somewhere. So leaders are motivated to speak out in part because the executive is scheduled to lead a virtual forum on Wednesday with Dolores Huerta, the 91-year-old co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union, along with Cesar Chavez, and a legendary figure in the labor movement. While Miss Alsobrooks may share the stage with Ms. Huerta, the lessons and legacy of the civil rights movement are conspicuously absent from today's Prince George's government. Were you even around for the civil rights movement, or did you just bring your wide load ass out of nowhere to benefit, like across the waters to benefit off of the civil rights movement? Because last time I checked, like Janet Jackson said, what have you done for us lately? We have moved mountains. African Americans have moved mountains. So everybody want to bring their stinking ass over here to America and benefit off of our fucking bags. And then it's still not enough. You still got to run your mouth some more. You need to be taking your so-called voice and saying that African Americans need to be getting reparations. Because we're the reason Latino, Hispanic, not speaking of English, taco eating ass is over here. So this is why I had to do the story, because when I saw this, I knew I was already going to be kirking out. Do not play with me. I don't have any shame. I know people are like, oh, you're being racist. No, they're being racist. They're being racist because they're coming over here and they're oppressing African Americans who are already oppressed, who've already been through enough. We still waiting on our goddamn check. And they sitting here, every time you turn around, they sitting here talking about what they ain't getting. Well, what have we not gotten yet? Where is my 40 acres and a mill, goddammit? Been waiting for 500 fucking years. Where is my money? Where is my stuff? Half the positions they trying to get, you're not even entitled to them. Go sit your wide load ass down somewhere. Create your own little city somewhere if that's what you want to go do. Stop breeding and putting your people all over the place trying to run shit and always bragging about how y'all about to be the majority of this country. You ain't gonna be a majority of shit because y'all don't think the same, you don't act the same, you don't vote the same, you don't do shit the same. You don't even speak the same goddamn language if you're really listening close enough. Miss me with the bullshit. And so they mad because she trying to have some kind of event where she gonna have a Hispanic person up there, and they like, where are the lessons and legacy? What the fuck do you know about lessons and legacy of the civil rights movement? Were you there? So I don't remember seeing a look of no Latino nowhere holding nothing next to Martin Luther King Jr. and all them black people that was getting hit by water hoses and bitten by dogs. I don't remember seeing not one Hispanic person anywhere. Where were you? Were you even allowed to be in this country yet? Please go sit your ass down. So the Hispanic community in Prince George's has grown substantially. I bet it has. Because they just walk their ass right on across the border, illegal or not, and then they demand to be considered legal. After bringing their ass over here legally. Only in America can you pull that bullshit. But yeah, we looking at Haitians getting kicked out the damn country. And don't get it twisted, like I am loyal to African Americans first. But it's kind of ironic that the people that America's making sure to kick out of the country look closer to African American skin tone than these white Latinos running their ass over here. So they talking about this, Prince George's County has grown substantially in the last 2 decades, which I would like to say no thanks. But anyways, in 2000, Just 7% of the county was Latino. In 2010, the population more than doubled to 14.9%. And this is why black people need to get their ass in gear. Because it's a constant competition, and people are moving in on black folks. And they don't just move in and shut the fuck up. They move in and they try to move and take over. I got some Hispanics on my street, and they got businesses, the whole damn family's over there. But people want to talk shit to me because I have 5 sons. Bitch, if I could have had more, I would have had more. Why should I be funding illegal ass immigrants who can't speak English? Why should I be funding them, having all their babies, and I gotta pay the taxes to feed their kids, and all the Afghans that's bringing their non-speaking English asses over here, and all the Asians and everybody else under the sun? But you expect me to have one kid, or be like, oh, I'm proud, I ain't got no man, I ain't got no kid? Child, please, I'm about to have a rack of kids. I wish I could have more. If black guys weren't so fucking ignorant, I could have had more. We could all be having more. But we dealing with silly Billy over here. 1/2 of the black race is completely fucking ignorant. So black women are on our own, trying to like build and trying to still thrive. Not survive, fuck surviving. We ain't got time to be just surviving. We should be thriving at this point. All that we contributed for this country, all that we have built, as far as we have come, I wish a legal immigrant would come over here and be fucking doing better than me. I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. So while y'all over there playing games with your hair colors and your Instagram model pictures, and the guys are sleeping with females and they don't want to marry nobody, they got babies everywhere they can't afford, you can play checkers all day. I'm over here playing chess. Okay? So you can count my kids. Everybody that listen, I let them know I have 5 boys. Yes, you're correct. I have 5 boys because the Hispanic family down the street got about 20 kids over there. They got so many people coming in and out that house. I don't even know how many people live over there. You think they keeping count of how many kids they got? Ain't nobody counting on all they damn relatives that's over there. How many businesses they have over there. How many trucks with their name on it over there. How much land and property they own. My first closing appointment was with a Hispanic person, a Hispanic man buying acres and acres of land in this area, in the PG County area. They not playing games. But you got black guys running around just silly Billy. You got black women to my divest. I ain't even mad at you. Divest, baby. Do what you got to do. But please build. I know we want to rest in our femininity, but please be building, because ain't no other race out here playing games with us. I'm good where I'm at. I'm all for divesting. I totally get that movement. I completely support it, because black guys are a joke. They've been a joke. They're a joke. It is by far probably way too long that we've waited to finally find the man that's best for the job. But am I glad I had my black children? Yes, I am. Strength in numbers, baby. So let me keep going. So according to the just released census data from 2020, there is now 21.2% of Prince Georgians that are Hispanic. So they went from 7% in 2000, 14.9% in 2010, and now they're at 21.2% in 2020. But what you don't see is they ass doubling their ass on into 2020. You don't see that happening. But anyways, let me keep going. I don't even feel like getting into all that. So Prince George's County is notable for the number of black women in positions of power. But allegations that Alsobrooks has failed to hire a diverse leadership team in Maryland's most diverse county, they just try to bring her down because she's a black woman and they know we don't like them. And you can keep knowing I don't like your ass. We go toe to toe. Because like they said, they did hire somebody and the bitch couldn't get along with anybody. And so now she's out. That's not our problem. But allegations that Alsobrooks has failed to hire diverse leadership. And you know why it's not our problem? Because that's the same shit they do to us. White people, Hispanic white people, all them. If you ain't black, you white. It's the same difference to me. They hire us and then they fire us. And talk about, her attitude. She can't get along with people. Her code. They write you up for stupid shit to try to support their BS. Then when it's all said and done, HR and equal opportunity want to act like they don't see no racism anywhere. Well, there you go. We've learned from the best of the most trifling. So, Alsobrooks did hire some people, and it didn't work out. Bye, boo-boo. Bye. But allegations that Alsobrooks has failed to hire a diverse leadership team in Maryland's most diverse county could dog her in the years to come. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to dog her. They're lying through their fucking, quesadilla smelling teeth. Their taco smelling teeth. They lying on this black woman because they know they want to try to take her place. Good luck, because ain't nobody voting for you. So let me keep going. She has been mentioned as a potential candidate for governor and the United States senator. And we're going to make sure she goes all the way. Because one thing black women don't play with is fucking success, okay? Especially not in this area. In the DMV area, we don't play. We don't play. And they know that. They know. That's why they trying to pull some stuff. Like they said, we hired y'all. It either didn't work out or you ain't sending nobody. That's what white people have been saying about us forever. As much as we know it's not true, that's what they say about us. Oh well. In addition to Pena-Melnyk and Tavares, the statement was signed by Adam Ortiz, the former mayor of Edmonston and the head of the Department of Environmental Protection of Prince George's for County Executive Rashawn L. Baker III. Like, you see how they stick it together, right? Then you got the Mount Rainier Mayor, Selena Benitez, the new Carrollton Councilmember, Brianna Urbina, the Riverdale Town Councilmember, Karen Mejia, Hyattsville City Councilmember, Romel Cedeno, former State Senator Victor R. Ramirez, who is currently running for Tavares' council seat, former State Delegate Carlos Sanchez, former Brentwood Vice Mayor Victor Olano, and Prince George's County Council candidate Yolanda Quintanilla. So you see how they're sticking together, y'all? Are we missing something here? Do you see how they're sticking together? And I promise you that probably about half of them, if not all, if not the majority, identify as black when it's convenient for them so they can get your votes. Because Maryland, to my knowledge, is predominantly black. I don't think a lot of people realize that. It's not that big of a state. It's a wealthy state. It's in a great location. People here do well for themselves, whatever race you are, especially black people. And these Hispanics feel like they're going to try to knock us out of our seats. We're not going to allow it. Because everybody else can play them games across the nation. Y'all can be black and goof off and shoot each other and be dumb and worry about celebrities or whatever you're doing. But we're too close to DC to play them games. We are all about the politics over here. All about it. We're not playing no games with you. And honestly, I'm glad they named those people, because those are people I'm already looking at as people that we need to kick the fuck out of their seats. So the group said Alsobrooks has missed multiple opportunities to bring Latinos into the government. They point, among others, to her failure to keep Ortiz, now the top environmental official in Montgomery County. Why do they need to keep somebody? Like, if he's gone, he's gone. What does that have to do with her? Like, we supposed to be kissing their ass. Not kissing nobody's ass. You lucky you even got to that point to begin with. And you see how many names they named us up there at the top. They want to be running all of it. You won't be. And actually, this shit is pissing me off enough. I know I'm going to be running for something. So, let me keep going. Now the top environmental official in Montgomery County. And Hector Velez, a former acting police chief who was passed over by Alsobrooks. Because he probably couldn't get the job done. Bye. So they said this is an issue. Let me read this louder for y'all. This is an issue for representation and for role models in our community. See, you see how funny it is? Like, when it's somebody, another race or another, because that ain't no real race, another ethnic group or whatever. Oh, we got to have that representation and those role models for our children. We got to have those representation and role models. It's kind of like the white people, like, our children can't be uncomfortable in class. But it was okay for black kids to be uncomfortable while you talked about slavery and said the N-word 50 fucking times. It's funny how when you flip it, and it's black folks in the seat, now what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. How interesting is that? How interesting. So you want to talk about representation, huh? Well, let me talk about representation. All of them school boards that I had to look at when I was doing my research about CRT, critical race theory, those school boards couldn't get any whiter. And I promise you, I'm pretty sure there's some white Latinas sitting their ass on them school boards. Just white as white. Blending right the fuck in. Can't tell the goddamn difference. I am so over it because I'm like, bottom line, Latino is not a race. You're not a race. And fuck your Latino crap. You came over here. You're either American or you're not. If you don't like the way Americans are doing things, take your ass back to your country. And yes, I just said that. You know why? Because you're the only ones that willingly broke your neck, brought your ass over here. Broke your effing neck to bring your ass over. That's why you can get deported and I can't. So Severa said, we just want to be able to work together. Work together. Work your ass together in some other county somewhere. Take your ass somewhere else. Because one thing, this is, and of course you guys know this is about power. Because all the people they named that sign off are not important people. This guy's the head is the mayor of Edmundston. What the hell is that? No, he's actually the former mayor of Edmundston. I don't even know what that is. Then you got the Department of Environmental Protection in Prince George's County. Okay. Wait. Okay, so he used to work for Rashawn L. Baker. Then you got the Mount Rainier mayor. I don't even know where that is. New Carrollton. Okay. Riverdale Town Council member, Hyattsville City. A former state senator who's running for something right now. A former state delegate. And then you got the former Brentwood vice mayor. So these people are either not in positions anymore or they're in positions of something that don't matter, that nobody cares about. PG County is one of the largest, one of the most important county seats in the state. Like I said, the state is not that big. But PG County is a pretty important, influential county out of all the counties in Maryland. That's why they are targeting Mrs. Alsobrooks and trying to hammer her into hiring more of their people so they can try to run shit. You're not running shit over here. Black people are not playing with you. That's why she hasn't brought y'all in like you want her to. She's in charge. She can hire whoever the fuck she want to hire. Because you best believe when your people were mayors and shit, where were all the black people working with them? Were there any? That's okay though. We're going to keep tabs on their asses when they get in their little season. See how many black folks do you have on your payroll? And you know it. She said right here, Pena-Melnyk anticipates blowback from Alsobrooks and people close to her. But she says she is frustrated by the resistance she has encountered. Your life has to be meaningful, and I'm tired of people taking our community for granted. Excuse me? She said, for her not to get it, I'm sick of it. To see that she's doing this with Dolores, that was the last straw for me. You don't want your community taken for granted. What do you think black people's community is going through? We're still waiting on our reparations check. While your non-speaking English ass is over here just getting all kinds of laws and rights given to you. You want to talk about somebody being taken for granted? Bitch, if we wouldn't have built this whole country, you wouldn't even have a country to come over to try to run. You're sick of it? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of immigrants coming over here trying to step over black people or actually stepping over us to get shit we haven't even fucking got yet. Like the Stop Asian Hate bill. Where is our crime bill? Where is our hate crime bill? Where is it? Half the time they don't even want to admit that something is a hate crime for black people when we know goddamn well we have way more hate crimes posed against us than any other group of people. Of any other ethnic, race, gender, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We, hands down, African Americans are treated like crap in a country we built. And the Spanish think they're going to fucking step over us as well. Over my dead body. You will have to grab it out of my cold, dead fucking hands. So, y'all, this as y'all can tell, this hit a nerve for me because in my area, I grew up in Northern Virginia. My whole family has served this country for generations and generations. We were enslaved. We were torn from our countries and brought to a foreign land. Some of us were already on this land and then were enslaved. Like we were once free and now we're enslaved in our own land while Christopher Columbus, his Latino ass, is pretending to discover something that was already discovered. People are already living here, dumbass. And now we got this. Every time I hear Latinos or Hispanics or whatever, I swear to gosh, I'm going to put my foot so far up that fucking story. Every time I hear people talk about some black and brown coalition, it doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Stop squashing us with everybody. BIPOC, black and brown, da-da-da. Y'all always, every time I turn around, people of color. Stop lumping African Americans with some of everybody. We are not to be lumped in with any other immigrant group that came over here because we're not immigrants, first and foremost. Second of all, we not you. You want to talk about some representation for your people? Not a problem. You just said there, you made it very clear right there that even if you're an Afro-Latina, you're not African American. So you're so worried about representation for your Spanish-speaking people, right? People that can do the merengue and the salsa and the That tells me right there, you know and I know that we are not the same. We are not one and the same. We are not the same. We ain't got shit in common. No. Negative. Nothing the same. Keep us fucking separate. White ass American government. Stop trying to fucking clump us together like we stupid. The only people falling for that is boomers. If you're a Gen Xer, I don't know what the hell Gen Xers are doing. They're too small to fucking matter. If you're a millennial, you know damn well I ain't no BIPOC. If you are a millennial and you're African American, you're not a BIPOC, you're not a people of color, you're not a black and brown coalition, nothing. You ain't a coalition with nobody except African Americans. If you don't like it, take your ass over to wherever the other group you want to be because you're so scared to be African American. We don't want you. If you're biracial and you don't want to be the black side, bye. Because honestly, after listening to Cynthia G, I totally agree with her. You're your own race. Biracials are their own race. We are done. African Americans, ADOS, we done with you. You a black immigrant. You came from Africa, bye. You Hispanic, bye. You biracial, bye. Bye. You Chinese and black, but you don't want to recognize you want to let everybody know, Angela Yee or whoever, that you got some else in. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. We don't want you. I'm going to tell you how I feel because I'm tired of people lying on me and people who think like me. You're not invited to the cookouts. You're not coming and getting no check with me. We ain't got no coalition. We ain't got no friends. African American ADOS people ain't got no friends. None. How far have we come with no goddamn help? And not only do we not get no help, but y'all come in and fucking undermine us. Every chance you get, like this whole article, they are undermining us. They're bringing their fucking wide load asses in with all their damn offspring, trying to undermine everything that African Americans have fought for ourselves and our descendants. Shit we still don't even fucking fully have. And now we gotta deal with your bitch ass? We don't have no friends. I want every politician, every citizen, every confused motherfucker out there to understand what I just said. And I want every African American who's about that life to make those videos and make it clear. African Americans / ADOS, we ain't got no friends. We don't have no friends. We're not friends with no black Cubans. We're not friends with the Haitians. We're not friends with the Africans. We're not friends with nobody. Jamaicans, you name it, we ain't friends with you. We ain't friends with you. Because no one came over here and said, hey, let's build. Let's really be a real coalition with the African Americans who've been fighting for their freedom for centuries and have been going through it to get as far as they've come today. Let's get with them and let's fight the white supremacy and demolish that shit. Nobody came over and said that. No one. People come over here and instead they align themselves with those fucking demons. You know what the hell they've done to us and what they're still doing to us? And you align yourselves with the white supremacists. You put white on your little paperwork. You try to be as white as you can possibly be. But then when you want some favors, you want to be treated a little differently. You don't want us to be as hostile towards you. Now we the black and brown code. No, we're not. There is no such thing, and there never was. You can't name one thing in our entire history where black people, African Americans, fought for anything with anybody else and actually built something and got something out of it with any other group of people. You may have the onesie twosies here and there. You may have a little group holding up some signs here and there. But at the end of the day, when they started really divvying out, like giving out shit from whatever fight we had with our bodies, our freedom, our ancestors dying, like anything we fought for, like what did we really get out of it? If we don't get anything really out of it and everyone else gets something who's not black, who ain't got our dark colored skin that everybody's so fucking afraid of, nobody fights for us. Nobody says, hey, that's wrong. You didn't give the African Americans their cut. That's wrong. You're keeping them out of schools, even though they fought harder than anybody to be able to go to colleges. That's wrong that you're letting us in. You're not letting enough of them in. No one speaks for us. You undermine us. Africans, Jamaicans, any Haitians, y'all come here, y'all pretend you're black, that you're with the people. Power to the people, right? You throw your little fist up and you look like us kind of, but you got some different hair or whatever, or you got a little accent, so we know you're not us. They know you're not us. That's why they let you go to the schools. That's why they sign you up. That's why they give you the acting roles. That's why they give you everything. They know you're not us. They're trying to replace us with you. You know it. We know it. They know it. But then when shit hits the fan, like they trying to kick Haitians out of here, it's crickets. You know why? Because African Americans are over it. We're over. It's a new day. We're over it. Every motherfucker for yourself. Hispanics, Asians, white folks, especially Latinos, Latinx, LGBTQBFYG, ABC, the Jews, the Afghans, you name it, you on your own. There is no more holding hands to my freedom will come. We shall overcome. Oh, we gonna overcome all right. Because we keep leaving y'all asses behind. That's why we gonna overcome. No more carrying of the big, dead, heavy fucking weights. And then we get to the finish line. Everybody got rewards and roses and food and all kinds of shit. We left with crumbs. The main people who led the fucking march is left with crumbs, if nothing. If not nothing. And no one gives a fuck. No one cares. No other ethnic group, no other racial group cares. No one turns around and says, wait, hold up. We were walking with African Americans all the way up here to fight for these rights. Why aren't they getting the same shit we're getting? At least, if not more. They've been over here the longest fighting for this shit. Why are they not getting more stuff? No, you want to be Billy Badass. You want to be cocky. You want to be conceited. You want to fucking stand up, push your chest out. Tell me we about to be the majority anyway. We'll see about that. We will see about that. We'll see how that works out for you. So you keep puffing your chest out. We see you. You keep harming people in Cali because you're the quote-unquote majority over there right now. We see you. You're harming people, our people, ADOS people, African American people, our tribe. Don't think we don't see you. We saw the Native Americans when they did the treaty and left us out of it. Oh, we see you. We see you getting all your little money every year. They just won a lawsuit getting some money from the opioids, from the pharmaceutical companies, because they getting too high and ODing on opioid. Okay, so where's all the money for all the crack cocaine that the African Americans consumed and died? Where's all the money for the people who were put in jail and we lost like generations of people, especially ones who were wrongly convicted? The war on drugs, remember that? Where's the monies for that? Where's the reparations for that? Among other things. Y'all gonna kiss my ass. You want to say what you're sick of, Miss Pena-Melnyk? Want to talk about what you're sick of? You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of people like you. I'm sick of sorry, non-speaking English having ass motherfucking people like you. That's what I'm sick of. I'm sick of people like you coming into my country and not only benefiting from what my ancestors have built, but stepping on our fucking necks literally to take even more. I don't like you. I can either go as far as say as I can't stand you. I hate people like you. And this is what ADOS is sick of. We sick of people coming in our country acting like they fucking own it. Talking too goddamn much. Too much of a big mouth Eva Longoria. Talking shit about black women when we wasn't checking for you, bitch. Tila, fajita, tequila. Talking about our hair, shit like that. We don't know. Who are you? You fucking has been. That's what we sick of. Y'all can let these little black dusty ass degenerate males make you feel like you something special, but black women don't play the motherfucking games. We never have and we never will. We ain't playing with you. That's why you gotta stick up your ass about the Honorable Mrs. Alsobrooks. She not playing games with your ass. And I'm glad they put everybody in this article on motherfucking notes, because guess what? We gonna be watching your ass. You think I'm the only one that read this article? We watching you, boo-boo. Enjoy your little seat, because you about to be kicked the fuck out the next election. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments below. I had to go in. It's just one of them things. I'm like, I'm up here with Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore. I'm up here with that. Okay? Because the funny thing is, all these people who say they got this, they got that, African Americans are mixed with everything. So we give two flying fucks about your bullshit that you trying to come over here with. We don't give a fuck. I got about 20 different races and ethnicities mixed up in me and my family. I don't give a fuck what you are and where you came from. You're here now in my country that we built, my people built. I suggest you go sit your ass the fuck down and go eat some more burritos. Be glad you over here not dodging bullets from the Mexican cartel. Be glad you over here in the land of the free, enjoying the good life off our backs. No, that ain't good enough. You got to take more, right? You got to be a greedy son of a bitch, daughter of a bitch, and take more. You got to cry and bitch and moan. Oh, we want representation. Well, hell, I want representation too. Shit. As long as we've been over here, we should be in every fucking board meeting, every councilship, whatever the fuck is existing, we need to be there. And don't pretend that Kamala Harris's ass is us. She is not us. When I say we need to be there, I mean the African American ADOS tribe. Not no fake ass black bitch. We watching y'all. We know who y'all are. Y'all think we playing games with you. We know who you are. The information is now at our fingertips. We're not playing with you. Y'all make sure to like, share, and subscribe in the comments below. And I'll see y'all in the next video.